So, hands up if you thought there would be European football in this channel at the start of Season 2. Put that down, you are clearly lying. Hello, my name's Damien, I'm that Tracking Football Manager, and welcome back to the Hound Dogs. Welcome to Season 2. I guess this is the year we'll just go off and win the European Championships just to get started, because, press on with this series a bit. Genuinely staggered to be involved in European football. Surprised to still be at Hound Dogs, to be honest with you. The decision I've made, and I've taken all your points, and I realise there are some of you who are keen for me to stay at the Hound Dogs, and there are some of you who are not. Ultimately, my opinion is this, and it's what I settled on. We will never get promoted, which means we will never improve. The only money we will ever get is £30,000 for winning the cup, which we have to assume isn't common. And then whatever the European money is, which is probably quite nice, but if it's one game home and away, it's not going to do much. And like I say, we've got to assume that last season was a complete and utter fluke that we were able to go and win the cup against top division opposition. We have to assume that was a fluke. So, yeah, we have to move. And the fact that there is very limited staff movement in the upper division means we have to take whatever opportunity comes up. Which was what I was thinking right up until Lion FC declined to hire me. I'm not bitter, you are. We went through the interview. The interview process went well, as far as I could tell, but they went with someone else. And I thought, bother, except I probably didn't use that word. What on earth are we going to do now? Obviously, we can hang around Hound Dogs, and it means that we get to play the European Conference football, which is nice. It's nice to play a European game. But, every other club has got a stable or secure manager in it, in the upper division. We're going to be stranded here. And that's not good, because the players that we're attracting are not good enough to play for the national team, and ultimately, players for the national team are what we're about. And then out of absolutely nowhere, Mons Calpe offered me an interview. So, we're waiting on a response of that. I didn't even know they were hiring. They just rocked up and said, "Oi, do you want an interview? Want a job?" So, that went well, as far as I know. They were offering a transfer budget, which I said doesn't need to be nearly as high. I'm hoping that's going to be the thing that swings it. You say, wage budget's lovely, a transfer budget, oh, I don't need that much. It was like 30 grand. It's not going to do anything. So, Quick point. I don't know if I meant to notice this before. Favoured personnel, darling. Favoured personnel, darlings. It's most wondrous. And Leroy Ruiz, who might also be favoured, but I mean, this is again. Okay, he's 2 to 3 star for the first team. He's not great, to be fair. His composure's shocking. His determination's very good. He can finish, and he's reasonably quick. But last year, he scored 14 in 25. Not a bad return. But for the national team, that's the ratings there. Half a star. Half a star as any of the ratings. And, yeah, it's not good enough. It's not even close to good enough. So, this is why we need to leave the Hound Dogs. Quick look at the staff page. Job security-wise, the only job available is Mons Calpe. I can't apply for it because I have been offered it. I haven't been offered it, but you know what I mean. But again, stable, secure. None of those jobs are going to come up anytime soon, if ever. Europa FC have already lost a game. They have lost 5-3. Legia Warsaw, what a horrible draw that is. To be fair, putting 3 goals past Legia Warsaw is quite an achievement. Fair play. But that's not our problem. Our problem is who we've drawn. Who are we playing, you ask? You wonder, you ask. We are playing Nomikalju FC, who are Estonian. I couldn't tell you where they finished in the Estonian league. I don't know if it's a first-only thing. I'm assuming they didn't. I'm assuming they finished 3rd or 4th. They are from the capital of Tallinn. They play at the The Hugh... I'm not saying that. It'll come out wrong and I'll get suspended from YouTube. The Hugh Boob Maru Stadion. They charge £12 to get into their ground, and the season ticket is 96. Disgusting. Disgusting compared to what you can get a game for in Gibraltar. They play on plastic as well, so we'll be familiar with the pitch. But that's what we've got. We've got them home and away, in that order. We played 3 friendlies. We played our own reserves and only won at 3-2. We then beat Glacis reserves 3-0 and lost 1-0 to Ballon de Cadiz. Transfers. Haven't done any of them. Couldn't really see the point. We've got a team that won the league. Like, we haven't released anyone. We've got the same team, but just won the league and cup double. No one has left. I don't need to replace anyone. I couldn't see the point in signing anyone. And no one came along that was any better. So, no transfers. First ever no transfer special at the end of the summer transfer window. But there it is. So, we're just going to keep on keeping on, I think. I haven't picked a team, so we can do that together. Remind us all of the players. Lopez is in goal. The right back is Kean Green. The centre halves are Zapata and maybe Yates. Well, we are short of fitness. It'll be fine. And the left back is Ballester. Yes. The D player will be Urenda. It's so nice to know these players. Like, it's taken so long for me to get these players into my head that I can look at this list of players and go, those are the ones I want. Urenda and Burrell are the midfield pair. The right winger will be. This isn't not knowing the player, this is not deciding the player. I think the right winger will be Grek. Which means the left winger will be Zammert, who has been working hard on his attacking midfield left position. The poacher is Leroy, and Marquez is the advanced forward. We have some unregistered players. That's not to be worried about because there are players that we will never play. We do need Danny Murphy on the bench. Why not? Chipple as the everything down the middle. Murphy and Evans are the fullbacks. Then Jeffries as the wingers. Zacosta as the forward. And who is Compson? No. The answer is no. Compson is not. El Mansouri, of course it is. Silly man. I think it might be about time to get rid of some of these. Johan Cruz is never going to play for us. I realise we're not paying him away. He's leaving lying around, so who cares? We'll sack him if he starts becoming a problem. So that's the team. Lopez, Ballester, Yates, Zapata and Green, Burrell and Urenda, Zammers and Grek, Marquez and Ruiz. This is a League and Cup double winning side. Is it enough to beat some Estonians? I haven't got the first clue, but it'll be exciting to find out. The pressure is all on them, so what have we got to lose? Apparently it's going to be an upset. I feel like I've been saying this for 3/4 of a season, but we don't expect anything out of this game. I do not expect. Hopefully not a stuffing, but Hurt lifts one into the area and the rest give the penalty. 1 minute and 2 seconds into the game, Green has pushed Tavi Udsep over. And John Hurt? Should we go John Hurt? A penalty that the goalkeeper can catch is not a good penalty, is it? Lopez bowls it out to Zapata. The highlight continues. Can we get a counter-attacking goal from their penalty? That's got to be a first. Yates, trotting forward, finds Zammert. Takes on Gusev and beats him. And then slows right down and allows him to overtake again. Back to Ballester. Chips one forward. Marquez isn't going to go over, but it's headed back to their keeper, Hansen. And this highlight's going a bit weird, isn't it? Huge boot forward. Green will have time and space. Finds Urenda, and for just a second I thought the player at the bottom of the screen there was Redknapp. Marquez brings it under control, probably offside. Doesn't quite go for the corner. It gone for a throw-in. Lopez on a 7.7. That's what you get for winning a penalty, for saving a penalty nowadays. Ballester with the throw. Marquez is there. Back to Burrell. Ballester. Back to Burrell. Ballester. Into the area. Marquez brings it under, hits it, and fires it into the burger van. Is this a barbecue? Right there. That just looks like a barbecue to me. What is it meant to be? Anyway, Zamet's looking tired. That's not ideal. We're only 20 minutes into the game. I'm assuming he's picked up a niggle. But we're holding our own. We've had all of the shots. We just can't finish them. But this is the other problem, is that we're a month away from the start of our season. We've played our 3 friendlies, but there was no time to put in any more without knackering them out. Good header from Varbel just over the top. And the Estonian League, I feel like this is one of those things that you only ever see while drunk at a pub quiz. I feel like the Estonian League is a summer league. I might be wrong about that. I'm probably wrong about that. But I just have that sense that maybe this is the middle of their season and the beginning of ours, which makes it a little unfair. Burrell flicks it back towards Yates. Well, it ends up at Yates. I don't know who headed it. Burrell to Marquez. Zamet is out wide, as he always is. Ballester over the top. Zamet this time beats his man comfortably. Drive it across low. Ruiz is there. Ruiz on the stroke for half time puts us 1-0 up against the Estonians. Our first European goal. So what do you reckon? We've got the league and we've got the cup. We have, as it stands, never failed to win a competition we've been entered in. Should we keep that run going? Conference League winners? What do you get for that? I assume you get Europa League if you win that. Certainly the only way we'll get into the Europa League is by winning the Conference League from down here. Point finger, I don't want to see even a hint of complacency. Why are you demotivated? Well, Ballester, you've actually been poor. That's better. Zapata, calm down, don't get sent off. Lovely. Spiffing and splendid. So this is a Friday treat so far, isn't it? I mean, we've got a lot of football to go till we start getting real money. Hen crosses it in, and it's a solid header from Radcep. Jamie Redknapp. Jamie Redknapp heads it in before getting himself injured. And it's 1 each. It's an out-of-nothing goal, isn't it? Green and Ballester trip over each other. An important question are, why are both fullbacks at the near post? That's not something I've done. Hansen. Goal kick. Sends it out wide, and it's well won by Green. Grek can take on Redknapp. 4 in the middle, as there tend to be nowadays. Grek sent it back towards Green. The cross can come in. No, Urenda this time. To Burrell. Back to Urenda. Back to Zapata. And the momentum might be gone. I don't know. I'm not an expert on these things, but I feel like the momentum from that attack has broken down a little. Zamet. Back to Yates. How have we got so many bookings? Zamet does a little pirouette and then a side flick back heel thing. Burrell finds him again. This time Marquez is through. It's a terrible ball. Grek hits one and Hansen palms it over the top. Wait, apparently not. That was a goal kick, so I guess Grek must have hit the crossbar. Lincoln are 6-0 up away at Aberystwyth. I mean, they did get an easier draw, that's no question, but still. 77th minute. Lopez to take the goal kick. I'd look at subs, but I honestly don't think anyone would improve it. I might put the young lad Ibrahim, whatever, on the left wing. I can never remember his name. Zamet charging through. Redknapp to beat. Can he get the cross in? He does, and no one goes to it. Like, it's a good cross, but no one goes towards. Zapata brings it under control nicely. Urenda back to Zapata, to Green, and Grek. Grek takes on Hen. Big ball over. Ruiz with the header, and it's just onto the roof of the net. A little bit more on that ball, and Zamet was completely unmarked. 80th minute, after this corner will make a change. Yates fires it in. Zapata with the header. Forget the change. Zapata with a lovely header. Probably not going to be as easy in Estonia, but as it stands, we're winning. How many of these players are going to be suspended for the Estonia game, I don't know. But we seem to have gotten the entire team booked. So, let's look at changes. 80th minute. The Costa... Yeah, Niran Jeffries, that's who I meant. He can go on the left wing. No, Zane DaCosta can go on the left wing. Sorry, Niran. My bad. Imagine being that guy. El Mansouri into the middle to replace Burrell, who, despite being a 5-star player there, is not really doing it. And Ballester off and Luke Evans on, I guess. Triple stoppage with 10 to play. That'll definitely help, won't it? 86th minute. Still rolling over. Lincoln haven't got another goal yet. That's disappointing. Hurt. Throws to Hansen. And it's worth pointing out that they missed a penalty in the first minute. This game could have gone very differently. Redknapp. Back to Hen. Hurt. Hansen. Why are they all H's? Hen is through, and Lopez doesn't get there, and it is 2 each. And now we're going to have to hope it's not away goals. 93 minutes and 29 seconds into a 94-minute match. That's a little bit disappointing. Disappointed. Was that John Hurt? No, that was... What's his name? Gary Oldman. Not John Hurt. Many of you have no idea what I'm talking about, but never mind. Yeah, go on. That was a satisfying result. They've played pretty well, to be fair. We were very unlucky to get mugged. But can we do that in Estonia? That's the question. We'll come back in a minute and we'll find out, won't we? So, Glasses got a 1-0 win over HJK of Finland, which wasn't quite enough to overturn the 6-0 stuffing they got in the first leg. So, Glasses are out of Europe. We are likely to be out of Europe, I would say. And Mons Calpe gave the job to someone else. So, I do not have a top division club to walk into after we get knocked out of this. I will, of course, continue here. Literally, as I record this, Gary Turpie has just said the option does exist, of course, to just restart the save at a top division club. And if we get wedged, that's what we'll do. We won't just abandon it and walk away. We'll just restart the save at a top division club and see how that goes. But we're going to hang on for a bit longer. It's just about keeping it interesting for me. Like, I mean, not just for me, but for you guys as well. If we just play through season after season of a lower division and one European match, that's no good for anybody. But, I mean, a job has to come up eventually, right? Maybe? Well, that's a quick question, actually. How often does the managerial jobs change in that competition? So, competitions... No. Competitions. National League. Where is it? There's an option for transfers. Manager movements. There we go. Lions sacked their manager on January the 9th and replaced him on June 22nd. And Monscalpo, he just left. Cesar Vega left at the end of his contract, and Adam Galt took the job on 2 weeks later. There's been 2 managerial movements. But there were some the previous year. So, yeah. It does happen. So we're just going to have to hang fire. We must by now have the reputation, at least growing, and we're playing in Europe right now. Anyway. The side is the same, except the Costa comes in for the injured Zama on the left wing. Lopez is in goal, Ballesta, Zapata, Yates and Green, Barella and El Mansour. Oh, El Mansour is inside too, I do apologise. Da Costa and Grec, Marquez and Ruiz. We're 2 each against an Estonian side that I'm not going to continue trying to pronounce because I bet I'm offending people. And they don't even have a manager. Come on, boys. They haven't even got all the subs. Let's do this. The pressure thing didn't work. The pundits don't believe in us, but the fans do. That didn't work either. Faith chat. Big faith chat. Probably should have looked to see if away goals were a thing. I assume they probably are. But the trick is to just win it, right? There's only 1,380 people here. That's poor. What's going on? Where's Lincoln? They need to perform because we need to get the. But one thing that I'm going to be trying to do when I get there is bring up the European coefficient, and that's a really important thing. If you aren't familiar with how it works, basically, the better teams perform in Europe each year, the better rating that country gets. This is a very dumb way of explaining it, but so if no matter what, that's a horrific miss by Da Costa. Absolutely panicked. If your teams go deep in the cup, the following year your country is looked upon more favourably, so maybe you'll get an extra qualification spot or whatever. And ultimately we'll get to the point eventually, if we work hard enough, that we'll be like England, where there's 4 Champions League spots for them. Marquez absolutely thunders one in the left on that, and we do take a lead off the counter attack. Yes, we don't just want us to do well, because us doing well would be lovely, but if the other Gibraltarian teams also do well, then suddenly there might be better qualification options, and it might be that this cup that we won will get us into the Europa League next time instead of into the the European Conference. Maybe. I mean, probably not next time, but at some point. That's the plan, anyway. Yates wins a header in the middle. Concentrate on the match ball mark. Grek to Green. Back to El Mansouri. Burrell. Back to Yates. To Zapata. A nice, comfortable, slow passing of the ball. Burrell out wide to Da Costa. Da Costa takes on Gusev. Drives the cross in, it's headed away well, but Green will pick it up. El Mansouri's in a bit of space in the middle. Finds him eventually. And back to Yates we go again. To Zapata. And it's nice to have all of their players behind the ball. Marquez might be off there. If he's not, it's a gorgeous thing. And I think it is a gorgeous thing, folks. And we're 2-0 up, away in Estonia. I mean, some of these players couldn't find Estonia on a map, could they? Let's be honest. And having said that out loud, I'm not saying I could find Estonia on a map. Marquez not offside? Oh no, the left back, whose name is again quite similar to something that would get me suspended, keeping him on side. So, one other thing that's just occurred to me, I realise I'm rambling here, but it's a Friday video, what do you want? The other thing that's just occurred to me about managerial changes is there aren't going to be any in the top division for a long time, because their season doesn't start until September, possibly even October, because our season has to get out of the way first. We do, if you remember from last season, we do a massive amount of games in a short period of time and then very rare for the rest of the year, because we're getting our games out of the way and then they play theirs. So none of their managers are going to get sacked for poor performance until Christmas, probably. Well, I guess that means we're going to have to focus a bit more on the international side of things. There were some international results to catch you up on, which I completely forgot about, and we will get back to those after the game. But 65th minute, time for some changes. Maybe not 3 at a time. Maybe we'll just chuck Duncan Lamont on the right wing. And Niran Jeffries on the left wing and Da Costa up front. Instead of making 3 at a time, made 2 at a time. Never mind. They've made 3 at a time. Working for them. 75th minute, 2-0 up, 4-2 up on aggregate. Very similar, very, very similar match stats there. 85th minute, we're going through for the next round. I think it's already been drawn, but I have completely forgotten who it is, so we won't worry about it. We've won a European game. Outstretched arms. The sound you hear is everyone who wrote us off backtracking. What a performance. Yeah, boop, boop, boop. Reversing beeper. What happened to the other teams? Right. Lincoln are going to be down there, somewhere around the L's, I reckon. 4-1 win over Aberystwyth. A 4-1 win over Aberystwyth. To make it 10-1 altogether. Reasonable performance. Anyone else from our lot in here? I don't think so. I'm not seeing anyone straight away. I assume, having said about Europa being out of Europe, they probably aren't. They're probably dropping down. We've just received £85,500. That's quite nice. And that's for playing in the qualifying round, not for qualifying through it. So we'll get more money next round. We're playing FK Akademia Pandev Strumica. Now, is that Macedonian? That is Macedonian. Velimir, welcome along. What do we know about Pandev? In the comments, you got till Monday. You haven't got till Monday. I'll be recording before then. That'll be our next videos then. Zapata on form for Hound Dogs. Won 8 headers. Fair play. Your number defense Imperious in the air. That's the spirit. And yeah, we're playing Academia Pandev in a couple of weeks. So lovely. We'll be back for that. In terms of what I forgot is the internationals. We have lost both. We lost 1-0 at home against Georgia and 3-0 away against Slovakia. Slovakia is one of those teams where you think, we should do quite well against them. And then slowly you watch the game unfold and think, I recognise those names. I remember this bloke called Skriniar. He's half decent, isn't he? Oh yeah, he plays centre-half for Inter. He's okay, that one. And yeah, the Slovakian first team, you forget that Marek Hamsik is Slovakian and Martin Dubravka is Slovakian, and suddenly you're playing against some really good players. So, yeah, not surprised to have lost that one. Disappointed to have lost against Georgia. I'm just booting that match report because honestly I can't remember it. I think it was a theft. It wasn't a theft. They were better than us. We did go park the bus. We changed park the bus at half time into. I started trying the 4-4-2-4 that we're playing with the club in the national team, just to see if we've got that option to just go batter people. But as it stands, in the entire time we've been with Gibraltar, those 2 goals at home against Suriname in a friendly are the only 2 we've gotten. So, can we get a friendly in? Have we got any room for a friendly? No, because we've got Nations League stuff. We'll have to wait till November. Maybe I'll get one in, but not right now. It says we lost in the Pepe Reyes Cup versus Europa. We haven't played the Pepe Reyes Cup, surely. Yeah. The Pepe Reyes Cup is the Charity Shield. We haven't got that far yet. Interesting. That'll probably fix itself in a minute. Competitions page. Nope. Wrong competitions page. That one. There we go. Be competitive. So we've already beaten be competitive. Don't be outclassed in the Pepe Reyes Club. Don't be too shite, is what they're saying there. And the Rock Cup, be competitive. They still expect bottom of the league. That's what staggers me, is that you'd think, after last season, maybe it was a fluke, but you wouldn't expect bottom of the league again, would you? Anyway, Academia Pandev on Monday. I'll see you there. I better see you there or there'll be trouble. I'll tell you, we'll have words. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed this one, please do like, subscribe up if you are new, and up the Hound Dogs for as long as we're still here, which is already longer than I'd hoped. But never mind. Europe. Win the Europa Conference. Easy. Toodle pep. Have a great weekend, by the way.